Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Rich here. Vinyl Fine 71. Got some magical albums here. Some of these albums I bought maybe 6 months ago. Earlier in the year I was listening to a lot of garage. I was buying garage comps. I showed some and I quit showing them because I thought, you know what, I don't want to show one of these in every video I make. Because I was buying one or two a week, or every 2 weeks, basically. And I quit. It's been about 2 months since I've bought one. But I haven't got around to showing them. I'm going to show them all now. I bought most of these on the Bomp Records website. I suggest you go there. Check out some of these comps. What's good, you go to, I think it's product or whatever. You click on it, and it'll say LP comps. Click on that, and it's got a lot of comps on there. And you can click on each one, and it lists all the songs. And what I do is I have YouTube open, and I start listening to the songs on the comps to see if I'm going to like it or not. And that's how I know I pretty much like the ones I'm buying. But anyways, the first one here is a Record Store Day release. I'm not sure what year, I forget. And it's a Slitherama Volume 3, original Japanese garage. And this is fantastic. It's what does it say? Hundreds flattened and Komatsu Squish Fest. This is cool. It actually starts off with like a soundtrack, music from the soundtrack, and then it jumps into a garage song by The Outcast. It's Japanese 60s beat and garage music. Really cool stuff. Some of these songs I believe were hits actually in Japan, but it's all stuff that us in the US were very unfamiliar with. It's a very good, this is a very cool comp. Go on Bomp Records. I think I got this one there. It is limited to 1,500. I got 1,378. Woohoo! And it's on colored vinyl. That's what the labels look like. I don't know if you can see that. It's got Godzilla and that other lizard guy, two-headed lizard. I don't know the name. But 180 gram, very cool album. This next one here, this is High All the Time, Volume 1. This also is limited to 500. This is cool. This picture here of this couple, and it says, "Help us get high." It kind of reminds me, one time I was in Hollywood. I think I got off the Hollywood freeway on Highland. Just got off of the freeway. There was a guy there holding a sign, "I will work for beer." And I thought, man, that's pretty original. So I went around the block and I pulled around. I pulled over and I go, "Hey," I go, "it's not cold, but you want a case of beer?" Because I work at a brewery and I happened to have 3 cases of beer in the trunk. And he goes, "Yeah, sure." So I popped open the trunk, gave him a case of beer. But I thought that was funny. I will work for beer. Anyways, back to the record. High All the Time. This is way more Psych than garage. It does have some garage on it. It's got 2 bands from Holland, 1 band from Sweden, and all the rest I believe are from the US. This insert's pretty cool. Side 2 is way more Psych than side 1. Side 2 is really cool. In fact, there was one song on here. Let's see if I can remember. I don't remember. Oh, The Sun Lighting Incorporated, Quasar 45, that was an instrumental. But the last 2 songs, The Beautiful Days, City Jungle Part 1 and 2, that is some just pure great Psychness. But side 2, if you're a Psych head, I kind of recommend this album. Check it out. I definitely got this on the Bomp website. And it's limited to 500. And it's got these really cool labels. Yeah, a lot of these garage and Psych comps, the very limited ones, they do go up in value. But that's not why, I mean, we're just getting it for the music. This one here is a little bit different. It's called Everything Is Shit. It's Punk in Brussels, 1977 to 1979. This one is a little more uneven than those first two. Apparently, let's see, they have very short lifespans. But I guess the work of Romantic Records founder Klaus Milan, they used some of his singles on here, and those are definitely the best tracks. I'd say 2/3 of this album is really great quality. Some of it's not. So this would not be for everybody. It's like 70s punk. It's not that real abrasive punk. But it's cool to have. I mean, if you're into punk. And this is the labels playing on one side, and then it's got the picture of the album. Very cool. Now this next one here is top notch. It's Midnight to 66. 14 long lost U.S. garage punkers. Very cool. The insert, most of these have inserts, they all don't. This one has a pretty cheesy one. But it tells information about each band. And this one is really good. This is a real garagey. Not all the songs are real garagey. Some of it is kind of beat. But yeah, this is a real consistent one. I recommend this one. Check it out. It's got the labels of all the 45s they're pulled from. You know, obscure stuff that I'm never going to find. And this is what the label looks like. Midnight to 66. I highly recommend that one. This one here is kind of weird. It's the Keystone Effect. It's Pennsylvania. And it's recordings from 64 to 74. Pretty wide range. A lot of this, like side one, it's Joey and the Time Machine, Psychedelic Happening. It's an acetate that was never released, recorded in 1966. Really cool song. It's kind of awkward though, kind of clunky. Next song is The Evil, I Can't Live Without You. It's a single off of Frog Records, and another one, 66. Then you got The Bitter End. Those songs, they don't sound like garage. They sound like they were recorded in somebody's basement, though. They don't sound like they were really recording in a studio. But I really dug this. It's pretty cool. I like buying these type of comps that are from a certain area. And side A, side B, really thick vinyl again. It feels like 180. Now these next three are all from Norton Records. And it seems like Norton Records is a pretty cool label. This is Train to Nowhere, Unissued 60s Garage Acetates Volume 3. Dead Wax 66 showed, there's 4 of these I believe. There might be 5 now, but I think there's 4. And Dead Wax 66 showed all 4 of them. The Bump Records website only had this one. I did go to the Norton Records website, and they do have the other ones, and I'll probably pick them up. I just haven't. But this is really cool stuff. Really good garagey. Like that Midnight to 66 one. I do recommend this one very highly. And like I said, it's on the Norton Records. Now, these next two, Fort Worth Teen Scene. This is Volume 2. These are gatefolds. And these are also on, they have cool write-ups. They don't have inserts, but they have really cool write-ups about each song, each band. And it's really surprising how much really cool garage was coming out of Fort Worth. I mean, fantastic. And there are 4 of these. And they only had Volume 2 and Volume 3 on the Bomp website. But like I said, I went to the Norton Records, and they do have the other ones. And I'll probably pick those up too. Well worth it. There's This is volume 3. These are top notch. If you're into garage. And like I said, you can go to the Bomp Records website, click on the album, and it shows you what the songs are. Go to YouTube and you can listen to each song, you know. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Here's another one from a certain specific region. Arkansas. It's 1960s garage, psychedelic rock and roll from the unnatural state, Arkansas. Lost Souls, Volume 1, Part 1. This is really cool stuff. And I think I showed this in a video. It was a subs contest video, or it was something. And really cool. It shows all the labels here. Oh, this one does have a insert. Information about the band, some pictures, flyers about concerts. This is really good. Really good. Arkansas. And this is what those labels look like. And apparently there's 4 of those Lost Souls albums. And Bomp Records only had the Volume 1 and the Volume 4. This one is unreleased 1960s garage and psychedelic rock from Arkansas. These are all unreleased tracks. At least that's what it says. And it isn't quite as good as the first one. It's cool though. And look at the label. It's got her. That's pretty cool. Lost Souls, Volume 4, Arkansas Rock. 60s Garage, Beat. And it came with an insert. Very cool stuff. Now this next one is the Dunwich Record Story. I think this is a record label from Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. The Shadows of the Night were on this. The Shadows of Night were on this label. And this is a comp from Vox Records, which is part of Bomp. And Greg Shaw is the one that made this compilation. Greg Shaw is the one that started Bomp Records, and it's kind of safe to say, I mean, who knows if garage, I mean, it would have got discovered, but who knows if it would have been as big as it is now. He was really instrumental in putting it out there in the very early days. And this is really cool. Now, what the story behind this, supposedly, is they went, the Bomp Records warehouse, they came across 50 of these album covers. So they went ahead and pressed 50. I don't know if there's any left. There probably is. And so this is kind of like a second press with the original album cover. It says there's an insert for full details. See insert for full details. The second press, or this one here, does not come with that. And it's white label, Bomp. It even says here, final run. Cool labels. One of the mainstays of the comps is the Pebbles. And this is Pebbles 16. I think there's 22 or 27 of these Pebbles comps. And what I do, like I said, I listen to what's on them and I decide which ones to pick up. And what's weird about this one does not have labels on it. And I got one more Pebbles. This is volume 22. So yeah, I think there's 27 because I don't think this is the last one. And very cool. Both of those Pebbles. The Pebbles ones is a pretty strong series. One of the more consistent. And I think with this one, it's the same deal. They came across some more of the album covers. And I think it might have been the story with the other one. And it came with this Bomp Final Run label. Now another mainstay or great series is Back from the Grave. This is volume 5. I have volume 1, volume 2, and volume 4. And I've shown those. And this is volume 5. They're all cool. I think it's up to 10 or 12 now. And I don't have 3. But yeah, I'll probably, when I run across these, I'll pick them up. Some of these are available on the Bomp Records website. This is very cool. In fact, I kind of made the analogy when I showed volume 1 that these Back from the Grave, garage, comps are kind of like doing coke. You know, that first line, man, you get that high. You know, that first side of side one of that volume 1 is so great. Then you listen to side 2 and it's not quite as good. You get volume 2 and it's good, but it's still not as good as, you know, side 1 of volume 1. But yeah, great series. The album covers are kind of cheesy, and it's on Crypt Records, another really great label. I got a couple more here. I bought a Battle of the Bands comp back in the 80s, and I believe it was volume 4. I thought it was volume 1, but it wasn't. It was volume 4, and it's 1980s garage bands. And I recently ran across volume 3, also fantastic. So I think, yeah, I bought the volume 3. I did buy that from the Bomp Records website. These two, though, I found in a record store sealed. And it's Battle of the Garages, Volume 1. Really cool stuff. 1980s garage bands. It's just really cool stuff. And it's on Vox. Highly recommend these. And Battle of the Garages, Volume 2. Really cool stuff. Got the fuzz tones, you know, just those kind of type of bands. The Vipers. Really cool. I never bought the volume 1 because I remember when it came out. I didn't think it was a very good album cover, but it's really good. And comes with this. This is the volume 2 one. Comes with this insert. Apparently, volume 1 didn't have an insert. Maybe. Let me look. Yeah, and it's on Vox Records. Cool label. I think it was Metal Theologian. If he sees a specific label, he kind of, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance on it because it's consistent. I mean, it puts out a consistently good product, and I'm kind of getting that way with Vox, Bomp, and Crypt Records when it comes to garage and stuff. This last one here is a comp. It's called The Secret Team, and side 1, I'll show you, is all bands from Bomp Records. And side 2 is, I don't know if you can see that. And side 2 is all bands from Vox Records. Same company, just, you know, different subdivisions. And I showed in my last Vinyl Finds the New York Wolfpack, and they're on here, that hardcore punk band. And I remember making the statement, I didn't realize, you know, Bomp Records had had hardcore punk. And that song, the New York Wolfpack song, it doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. It stands out like a big dick, man. I mean, it doesn't go with the rest of it at all. But it's a good comp. It's got Lazy Cowgirls, Holy Sisters of Gagadada, and the Dwarfs. Some really good bands. 80s stuff. Late 80s, I believe this is. And like I should, Vox and Bomp. Anyways, I got all my comps out of the way. I'm gonna make another psychedelic, my favorite psychedelic. 20 more of my favorite psychedelic records. That might be my next video. Take care, guys and gals.